Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for another obligatory Rachel Zegler Snow White video. So we're gonna talk about the latest hot gossip. Is that Ziggler is rumored to be looking at a role in the MCU. I do not see how or why this is even possible, especially given her dealings with the producer of this movie, which we talked about. I don't know. And
the rumor is her and Gal Gadot is also there. She's also up for a role in the MCU, and they both were in the DCEU before too. And it's just like, especially Gal Gadot, she's already like synonymous with Wonder Woman. I don't know if they could really bring her to the MCU.
Who would she even play? I mean,
I don't know. People are giving ideas, but Ziggler, hell no.
Ziggler for Rogue. They'll bring her in as Rogue.
I just hope to God they don't bring her in at all. I mean, if they're smart, they won't.
You just say if they're smart. I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. I personally, this is a rumor. And it might have been the case before all the drama and the backlash in the box office. But given that a Disney producer had to fly to New York to shut her up.
Yep.
Tells me that they're probably going to be like, yeah, we're not going anywhere near her. But who knows? I mean, who the hell knows anymore? Like, there are people that you think they're done, like the guy that played Namor, not Namor, that's a totally different character. Namor, he has assault allegations and he's back in the MCU. So
right.
Knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, we'll wait and see.
Jonathan Majors for Rogue. There we go. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Let's talk about the rumor first, and we'll talk about the projected box office that's going to drop this weekend. So walk me through this.
Okay, so My Time to Shine Hello said, and of course, right there, it's a
My
rumor.
Time to Shine Hello.
Take grain of salt, depending on the person, too. Snow White stars Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot are both being considered for big roles in the MCU. Which character would you like to see them portray? And people were like, none. Because they're all like, why would you let Zegler? Most of them are okay with Gadot, even though they say she's not a very good actor. But Zegler, like they're like, no, hell no.
Who would she play? That's I'm even trying to figure out. Like, I mean, other than like X-Men characters, maybe Emma Frost. I don't know, because I mean, Gadot. Like people are saying, oh, she fights real good. She could be Psylocke. I mean, like yeah, she's what, 35, 40 now?
Like, almost 40, yeah.
I mean, she looks good for her age, but I'm like, Psylocke's younger than that and also Asian. So, well, she should be. That's complicated. They de-Asianed her. Because she wasn't born Asian, but then she identified later as Asian, and then they had to walk that back because it was problematic, and now she's just a lesbian. So
now they won't use her because she's from Israeli. But it's just a whole thing, and people are not for it because Ziegler she's box office poison, as people pointed out. Like, she cannot keep her mouth shut, even though they had people, signed to her to keep her mouth shut. She still ran her mouth after she was told to shut up. She cannot, she's not trustworthy. You had to send the producer clear across the country to tell her to knock it off. And now that producer's family is getting harassed, which I will admit is not her fault. She's not telling them to stop either, as far as I know. But she can't control what other people do. In regards to her name, just like anybody else, if someone goes out and does something shitty because they're mad about somebody, online or a celebrity, that person is not responsible for what other people do. So that's not her fault. But, she's, gone out there and ruined Snow White at D23, making the comments she made about being weird and stalkery and everything else. She has done nothing but decimate this movie before it came out because she cannot keep her mouth shut.
Yeah, I personally do not see it, but again, stranger things have happened, but I don't see it. I mean, I think she's getting punted over to Broadway.
But Marvel keeps making dumb decisions. Like, why are they doing half the stuff they do? Like, most of their movies keep failing. Captain America: Brave New World I think it did like 400 million, so it might break even, maybe. But like, the Marvels had to be put out of theaters because they lost millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah. And they just keep making stupid decisions. And then their brain dead, moronic, stupid live stream where it's like 5 hours of chairs.
Yeah, that was idiotic.
Clearly they're not thinking over there.
Again, this is a rumor. I think it might have been a possibility if Snow White made bank and she stayed out of trouble. It might have been a possibility, but I'm going to say at this point, I don't think they're going to go anywhere near her. Again,
I
don't
would
think
hope
Disney's,
not.
I don't think Disney's going to go. I mean, look, when you have to fly a producer out to New York to shut her ass up, and then her stans are going after the producer's sons on social media.
Or stands are going after threatening Ziggler or threatening Gadot, which is why they had to get the security detail to Gal Gadot and her family, which is probably why she doesn't like Ziggler now. It's just like, this person cannot be trusted. Like, this could have been something they were considering before, she got too far out of control or the movie got released. I cannot see them bringing her in now when Snow White is bombing as hard as it is. Yeah. And everybody knows it's mostly her fault.
I mean, look, it could be, I'm not even going to pretend to know that her contract, but sometimes they will have in contracts, depending on performance, that there's an option to do a multiple picture deal or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll see what the first one they did with her. And then it's like, okay, we had a good working relationship. You made us money. We'll bring you back for like 2 more movies, but obviously it's not going to be Snow White 2 and 3. So it might be like, okay, we'll stick you in a Marvel movie because literally everybody in Hollywood is in Marvel at some point.
But hopefully not her, because that would be a really bad decision.
I think it would be
terrible. It would be epically bad.
And it just keeps getting worse. I mean, that's the thing. Like her social media, that was part of it. But I mean, the movie itself didn't look good, but like she definitely did not help. And here it is opening weekend, and they're having a big controversy again with her stands. And it's just like, yeah, whatever. But she's still getting work. Apparently in the BBC.
Well, of course it's the BBC.
The BBC, because they agree with her, right?
BBC or Broadway makes total sense.
Yeah. Woke Snow White star Rachel Zegler given shock BBC role despite brutal backlash to Disney reboot. All the keywords all in one place.
Yes, right. Got them all in there.
Woke Snow White star Rachel Zegler that's probably the term right there because they used it twice. Woke Snow White star Rachel Zegler has been given a shock BBC role despite the brutal backlash to the Disney reboot. Despite her recent drama, she's going to become the latest celebrity to read the CBeebies bedtime stories. So is this like, hi, I'm Shelley Duvall,
I think
or
so.
whatever. Rachel will read "Never Mess with a Pirate Princess."
Oh, really? That is good advice.
Yeah.
Never mess with a pirate princess. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's today, actually, at the BBC. There you go. Children are lucky. They get to listen to Rachel Zegler cackle her way through a story before bedtime. In this episode, she explains, we can all be powerful princesses. You don't need a king or a queen as parents, or a beautiful white horse, or even a fancy castle to live in.
Well, that's very socialist and racist to her at the same time.
To be a powerful princess, you need to be wonderful. A brilliant you. Yeah.
Because that's why she just did the princess movie. But I just, okay.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds did it too.
I know Ryan Reynolds has done stories before. I knew he read like stories for kids before. But it's just like, at least the BBC gave her work. It was honestly probably in the works before the movie bombed. But Marvel, I'd like to say that they wouldn't do that stupid. But then again, I don't know that because they were going to double down on She-Hulk. And if any of the concept art's true and everything else, it's like they just keep doubling down on stupidity, Disney and Marvel. And it's like, I don't know what you expect. Do you actually want to save things, or do you just want to destroy them for tax write-offs? Because nothing else makes sense.
Well, it's getting quote unquote review bombed, which in this case it probably is. Over on IMDb, it's got 1.6 out of 10, which is lower than Disaster Movie, which has a 1.9 out of 10. Battlefield Earth is considered one of the worst movies ever made, 2.5 out of 10. From Justin to Kelly has a 1.9 out of 10.
I mean, I don't think it deserves that low, if I'm being fair.
No.
And people are mad at me for being fair, but it's like the critics were saying, 4.5 to 5. I said 5.5. I think it's fair.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's hard to separate. People say, separate the artist from the art, and it's hard sometimes because I mean, I still have a problem now. Like I don't even want to watch the original Star Wars trilogy because I'm like, yeah, okay, Mark Hamill kind of went off the rails, and then I know how the story ends, and I hate this now, and it's it's hard.
Bringing up about Ziggler and her political commentary, they're like, yeah, but meanwhile, Mark Ruffalo keeps going out there and saying stuff. Oscar Isaac walked it back, but Mark Ruffalo won't shut up, and Mark Hamill won't shut up, and they're not wrong about that. They keep saying stuff too, and all you guys are doing is giving Gina Carano more, stuff to beat Disney.
Oh,
with.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's all you're doing.
That's it. So they're saying it's going to drop 53% or more in the second week. I think it's going to be more than that because 53%, 53% still over 20 million.
It's at almost like 95 million now, I think. 94 point something million now is what it was at last time I checked, somewhere in that area. So it's probably going to hit 100 million this weekend, but I do think it's going to, and after that, it's completely toast because Minecraft's coming out. So
they're saying, I don't know about this. Snow White and all her controversy is going to trip Jenna Ortega's Unicorn, which most people forgot that movie existed. That's an indie. I think it's an A24 movie, which kids actually, Squid King wanted to see it. I don't know if Pinky Boo did, but Working Man and More. Do you really think? I mean, if people knew there's a new Jenna Ortega movie coming out,
I don't know. I just don't think those movies were ever going to. Just be honest here. I don't think those movies were ever going to be like really popular to begin with.
Here's what's interesting too. They're bringing Princess Mononoke back in IMAX this weekend.
Oh, I'd be interested if Princess Mononoke beat Snow White, but I doubt it. But it'd be very interesting. But Snow White's in like 4,000, 4,200, something like that theaters, and then globally, where that's going to be a limited run.
Yeah. This is coming from Deadline. This is a guy who was kind of standing for her here, or standing for the
Anthony,
yeah. Unless something magical happens for Jenna Ortega, Rachel Zegler will have bragging rights for number one.
Well, she was number one movie. It's like, because you have no competition. That's like saying, I won the race, and everybody else had one leg and I had two. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it's an R-rated A24 horror movie, Death of a Unicorn. It's got Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega, and I actually thought it looked pretty good, the trailer. But that's a very niche thing. But it would be funny. I mean, it would be hilarious if they beat Snow White with an R-rated A24 movie. I don't think it's gonna happen though.
I don't think so either.
And then next weekend's Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft. Minecraft's going to destroy it. So this is like they've done this before. Disney's done this before, where they deliberately put a movie they know is going to probably do not so well in a time slot where there's not much competition around it for like a few weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks, and then they're like, it's the number one movie in America. It's like, yeah, because there's no competition.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. It's really stupid. So, let's see, what else do we got here? Anything else? I don't know. I'm tired of talking about Snow White.
I know. I was just saying that the rumor, and I want to stress it's rumor, and you have to consider the source too and everything else. It's rumor. I don't know. If anything, my money would have been on, it was rumored before the box office, before it released. It might have been something they were considering, but if they do it now, they're just downright stupid.
Yeah, But again, they're making some really dumb decisions, very, very stupid decisions over there. So I don't even think Doomsday is going to be that good. I'm going to be honest. I'm very unexcited for it. So we'll see what happens. Are we going to wrap this up?
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.